This is a creepy story about a young girl who was not allowed to leave her house on October 10th of every single year. This girl's mother would literally mark this date down on their calendar every single year so they would never forget. And if the girl had school that day, she wasn't allowed to go. Her mother would never tell her exactly why she wasn't allowed to leave her house that day. It was sort of a mystery. She just told her daughter to stay in a room with no windows and to never answer the door no matter what. And every year as they sat hiding in the dark, they would hear their doorbell ring over and over and over again and would hear tapping on the windows all over their house. It was like something was desperately trying to get in. But by the time midnight hit and it was October 11th, all of the knocking, all of the tapping would stop. Well, one year her mother was on a work trip and the girl was all alone in the house. So her mother called her on October 9th and reminded her that she needed to lock all the doors, close all the windows, and hide inside all day like she was used to. Well, since this was the first time this girl was ever alone on October 10th, she decided that she would actually answer the door to see who had been trying to get into her house for the past 16 years. Well, the doorbell started ringing around 4 in the morning, so she slowly walked over to the door feeling a little hesitant and anxious to answer it, but she finally got the courage to do it. Well, when she finally opened the door, she was face to face with this tall, gangly woman with droopy skin all over her face and her body. Her skin was so thin that she literally resembled a skeleton, and she just stood there pointing inside the house with her mouth wide open. The girl immediately closed the door and ran into her bedroom. She called her mother, told her what happened, and demanded answers. She wanted to know who this woman was. It was time to find out. Her mother told her that 50 years ago there was a mother and daughter that were living in the house before them, and on the night of October 10th there was a terrible fire and they both perished. Now, police and firefighters were only able to find the body of the mother and not the child. So every year on October 10th, her spirit tries to get into the house so she can search for her little girl.